Welcome to the Wealth Secrets channel. Inflation has been a big deal that has affected nearly all countries over the past century from all walks of life. Have you ever felt that numbness of watching the inflation news keeps bombarding you? For example, listed companies announced that the price of the products and services increased because their cost increased, aka they transfer the cost to consumers, aka inflation. Then you may hear the noise outside saying or blaming, why do those enterprises keep stealing away our hard-earned money? Prices are constantly increasing while wages are not. Does that sound familiar? If yes, have you ever thought that you can pivot and reverse engineer your thinking? For instance, think about how to transfer back the money into your bank account instead of blaming it. What if I'm about to show you that there is a way you can transfer that money into your bank account? Would you be interested to know more? What if I'm about to show you how successful people protect themselves to survive high inflation? Would you be interested to know more? What if I'm about to show you how can you get some money from real estate without having lots of money invested? Would you be interested to know more? Certainly, successful people don't become that way overnight. What most people see, they don't need to bother with the inflation issue anymore since they are already accumulated enough wealth from scratch. It's a result of hard work and hustle over time that you cannot imagine. Now, if you are interested to know more, then keep watching this video until the end because you are going to know how to survive high inflation in 5 steps. Before kicking off, if you want to survive high inflation, don't hesitate to hit the like button now. Turn on the notification bell to be notified every time we upload one. Most importantly, if you want to watch more videos related to wealth secrets, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you are all set, then let's get started. Step number 1. Assess your current financial situation. The first step to surviving high inflation is to assess your current financial situation and determine how much of a difference inflation will make. The goal of it is to help you identify what areas of your life need to be adjusted to survive. Since your purchasing power is largely affected by the degree of inflation if you live paycheck to paycheck, the higher percentage of inflation, the higher income will be eroded. For example, if you're already earning a regular income, the good news is that income can help you keep up with your expenditures. However, if your expenses are rising faster than your income, then it's time to look into ways to reduce them. Because inflation is eroding your income, don't let unnecessary expenses further devastate your finances. Be conscious of spending, but don't despair. You can protect yourself and your assets from this rising cost of living in several ways. For example, let's say you are currently paying $400 in rent each month and living on a budget of $1,000 per month. If inflation averages 4% annually, your future expenses will be increased to $1,040 per month when inflation hits 4%. That means your budget needs to be increased by $40 every month. The key is using your resources wisely and rethinking your goals for the future. For instance, if you owe money on a car, pay off that loan before paying off student loans or credit cards because it could take years for your salary to increase substantially enough to make up the difference. However, do not let yourself become discouraged by trying to maintain old habits, as we are living through an unprecedented time when things never return to how they were. You need these tactics and strategies if you want to survive high inflation. Step number 2, develop a budget. Start by developing a budget. For example, use a spreadsheet to track your monthly income versus expenses. The goal of it is to comprehend each month what money comes in and out. Will help give you insight into how to further increase your income. At the same time, see if you are spending more than you have coming in. If this is the case, start prioritizing what you spend money on. For instance, is it worth buying that new pair of shoes? Or is it better to save some extra cash? When considering where to trim spending, think about discretionary rather than necessary areas. Although times may seem tough right now, we've been through these tough times before and emerged stronger on the other side. Consequently, learn how to live in a high inflation city responsibly by understanding how to develop a budget and maintain adequate savings. It's also important to invest in yourself by building skills and advancing your career opportunities so you can better deal with unpredictable situations like periods of high inflation. Step number 3, create a savings plan. You may ask, since inflation is eroding my purchasing power, is it still important to save money? With prices rising almost daily, it may be tempting to go out and buy everything you want right now rather than wait until prices come down. However, it is important to save money for 2 reasons. Firstly, the more you can save, the more you can invest in combating sky-high inflation. Secondly, you will have some place safe where you can take out cash for unexpected expenses like groceries and car repairs. Also, you can find a way to save money by cutting back on expenses or by looking for side hustles. This will help you maintain financial flexibility when your real income decreases due to high inflation. Step number 4, invest. As Warren Buffett mentions before, the best way for you to protect against inflation is to invest in yourself. Investing in yourself can help build your wealth to beat inflation. You may ask, why? Because the more money you can invest, the more skill you can gain, and the more money you can earn, especially making money online. If you want to know how to make money online to survive high inflation, feel free to click the links down below after finishing watching this video. You may ask why investing is important. Investing is important because without investing, inflation keeps you eroding your purchasing power if you live paycheck to paycheck only. Except, you can afford to see your savings turn to dust in front of your eyes. Before going to how to cover the costs under sky-high inflation, if you feel like you've gotten the value so far, then make sure to smash the like button and the subscribe button. Besides, have you ever thought that how to cover the costs under sky-high inflation? How can I solve it? If yes, you can invest in assets that will hold their value so that your money stays intact due to inflation. For example, investing in gold is often an excellent choice because it can act as an inflation hedge. During inflation, the value of the currency decreases, but the gold price quadrupled in the past 10 years. For those who want an even safer investment strategy, I-bond is also an option. Investing in I-bond can protect your purchasing power from inflation. Another option, choosing stocks as an alternative form of investing. Investing in stocks can help you grow wealth. Also, the stock market return achieved over 12% per year over the last 95 years on average. Investing in stocks allows you to hedge against inflation and reap profits when prices go up. As Warren Buffett mentions before, think long-term. Investing is a long-term game. Be patient and don't get scared if you have done your due diligence. You can win the game someday. Have you ever thought of holding a stock that can help transfer the hard-earned salary that you had invested in a listed company before back to your bank account? You may ask, how to transfer back this money to my bank account then? During inflation, the price keeps increasing. Enterprises increase the price of products and services and transfer the cost to consumers so that they can keep up with the profitability. If you hold a stock that this listed company keeps paying the recurring dividends, then you can keep receiving the money from that enterprise. In short, buying into assets such as gold, iron bond, and stocks all help protect your funds while allowing you to earn significant returns on your investments. In summary, ensuring you are well off economically is essential for surviving periods of high inflation like this one. With appropriate planning ahead of time, saving money, avoiding frivolous purchases, it should be possible to stay afloat without too many worries about lost savings. Step number 5, the final one, protect yourself from inflation. Protecting yourself from inflation is a crucial part of the survival process. You can protect yourself from inflation in several ways. It will help if you take advantage of any savings accounts or other investments that you may have. If you are fortunate enough to have an investment property, consider renting it out for a profit to help offset your losses on the property's value. I know you may say, it takes a lot of money to have an investment property. How can I gain some money from real estate without having loss of money? Is that possible? In this case, yes, you can still gain some money from buying stocks of real estate investment trust. The liquidity is high and it is much easier to invest. When deciding what steps you should take regarding protecting yourself from inflation, it is essential not only to do whatever you can, but also to be conscious of spending. The best thing you can do during inflation is to learn patience and self-control, so that once things settle down, you won't have burned through all of your money. To conclude, high inflation is no joke. It can be hard to survive financially in a world where prices are constantly increasing, while wages are not. But if you are keen on finding a way to survive high inflation, then you can do it someday. Again, if you want to discover more about how to make money online to survive high inflation, feel free to click the links down below now. If you want to know more about inflation, check out this video playlist. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.